Hello everybody, today we're going to see how indicators are handled in Demisto Enterprise. Indicators are an essential part of every incident management system. They help us correlate incidents, create hunting operations, or merely look at an incident and be able to solve it faster. So what you're seeing here today is the indicator repository in Demisto. Indicator repository is able to collect and correlate all the indicators across all incidents and alerts flowing into the Demisto enterprise. Here, the basic screen provides you a great filtering mechanism. So you can look at all the indicators over the last 30 days. You can look at the reputation and filter by the reputation. Let's say we want to look at only the indicators that have a bad reputation. And then very quickly, we are able to see what is the top indicator that has been seen. And we can click that and then quickly see that this is the particular indicator which has occurred in more than 200 incidents. So this particular search that we conducted for finding this indicator and getting details on this could be saved by clicking right here and creating a query. So let's create a query to see the last 30 days of indicators. I'm going to delete this. So last 30 days, bad indicators, and that's the reputation we want. That's the query we want to save. So bad indicators in last 30 days. So you go ahead and say bad indicators in last 30 days. And with that ease, you can now have a saved query, which you can run at any time to find these indicators that are bad in the last 30 days. Some other aspects is we give you metrics around hits of indicators. So 17 new hits which have not been reviewed, 3.32K hits that are bad indicators seen in the environment, irrespective of the total number of indicators. Another view for this indicator repository is a details view. Gives you a view where you can browse each indicator and see all the details associated with it, which is related incident. So if an indicator exists in more than one incident, you will easily see those different set of incidents show up here. So let's try to look for an incident further down. Let's look at this hash. This particular hash was first seen on this date, last seen on this date. So this is only occurrence 1. Certain indicators, when seen multiple times in an environment, will be able to see the first seen and last seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of the indicators and search in our indicator repository and see where it's found. So you see this particular hash has been seen in 8 different incidents. The first time it was seen was on May 19th, and the last time it was seen on July 14th, and the reputation is bad. So there are certain different operations that you can do this indicator. You can edit the indicator, put in more parameters and customization. We're going to look at the customization in a little while. You can delete the indicator and whitelist it. This might be a hash you actually think is absolutely clean in your environment, or you might say an IP address or a system name in your environment which is completely clean, and you can go ahead and whitelist this. So this is the 2 different views to see either a table view or a details view on that indicator. Now let's look at some of the customizations that are possible in an indicator. So just like Demisto Enterprise lets you customize incident and incident fields, we'll let you customize indicator fields. So some of the fields that are already in the indicator, and every indicator is first seen, indicator type, indicator ID, investigation IDs that it's associated with, a score, source, and many other. But it's very easy to add custom indicator types. So here we have added a TLP indicator, which is like a traffic light protocol. A lot of the customers and prospects that we have met usually use such a field, which is red, green, yellow, to watch an indicator and see if needs to be shared externally or not shared externally, or other operations like those. You can actually add other custom fields to an indicator. For example, let's add an indicator field called campaign. This is actually a good field to track as a short text. There could be a placeholder name, and we can say campaign name on tooltip if we want, and that's it. That's how easy it is to add a field to an indicator. Now if you go back to an indicator page again here, We can add a new indicator, and when we try to add a new indicator, you will see that a new field that we added, campaign name, is already placed. There's notes and TLP protocol was the other fields that were added, the custom fields, and other fields are right here. So another aspect of the indicator is the indicator type. So let's talk about the indicator types and how it plays into the entire indicator repository. Again, indicator types can be customized. Indicator types can be either auto-discovered by Demisto Enterprise using regular expressions, or could be manually marked by an end user, which basically means indicators like IP addresses, files, registry paths, URL, CVE, all of these emails are automatically detected because there are regular expressions built in. You can actually build your own custom indicator types and either specify a regex, or if you don't specify a regex, you can manually mark an indicator to be of this type, just like we saw manually create it or during an investigation mark it. So this is a quick overview of the indicator types and how to customize those, and then how to customize each field of an indicator type. So another important aspect which we should cover is how are indicators discovered in Demisto. So other than the regular expression piece that we saw, Demisto can actually consume indicators from a sticks file. So right here, you can manually upload a sticks file, or you can actually configure mail integrations so that emails coming with sticks or CSVs, like sources from third-party thread feed sources, could be consumed and added to the indicator repository. So there are multiple different flexible ways to add indicators to Demisto, including manual addition right here, upload of a sticks file, so we consume sticks format, consumption from mail integration with sticks, CSVs, and other formats, and then auto-discovered as part of every incident that comes in from different sources or SIM. Having looked at this indicator screen, let's actually look at certain operations on how these indicators are used to cross-correlate incidents. So if you look at this particular incident right here, it's a phishing incident, and it has come in and got some indicators built in, right? So it has extract IP addresses from an email as one of the steps. So we have extracted these certain IP addresses from that email. Now, when you look at an indicator like an IP address, you automatically see certain things being done in Demisto. We automatically go get the reputation based on whatever the integrations and scripts have been configured. We are also able to cross-correlate and see all the incidents that have this particular indicator, in this case an IP address. And then we can define certain operations to be run. And these are like quick shortcuts. So run an IP reputation, run a Splunk search, run a Carbon Black search. And these all operations could also be customized by the indicator type that you see here. So in a real incident, when you're actually investigating, it's actually pretty handy to go look at any indicator, whether it's an IP address or it's a URL or a hash, and then quickly go ahead and take actions on it. So just like we saw the IP address, here are examples of URLs. So here, when we tried to extract URLs, in this case, no URL was found. This is an empty output. Let's pick up another incident. How about this one? In this particular incident, we do see certain other indicators being correlated. So let's look at the URLs right here, and we find few other URLs. There's another URL. In this case, the URL reputation was not found by the scripts. 102 other incidents were found which matched the same URL. So there is a quick overview of how indicators are used to correlate incidents across the environment. Now, there is a use case for hunting. So you sometimes actually are looking to hunt for a particular hash, a URL in your organization. Automation and orchestration platforms like Demisto can actually help you with that hunting operation. So let's take an example again. So I'm going to pick up this particular indicator. I'm going to search, we found this indicator. And an obvious thing to do is create an incident from this indicator and go ahead and start a hunting operation. So we see here, I'm going to do rapid IOC hunting playbook with that indicator, and I will assign an owner since I'm doing this hunting operation as Rishi, and create this new incident. So when I do such an incident right here, we automatically created a hunting operation incident and started to run that hunting playbook on that indicator. So we go ahead and start that operation and find all the data, collect the hashes from the incident, collect the IPs, collect the URLs, and then go ahead, hunt for bad bad IOC's playbook. And inside that playbook, we are starting to run a carbon black hunt operation, a CrowdStrike hunt operation, all of those in parallel. Go ahead, are running. We can jump into the rapid IOC hunting playbook by CrowdStrike. Inside that, we can actually look at any SHA-256 that were detected. Was that found? And was it found on any device? And we found that no device had this particular hash. So that is a fantastic news. But that's how easy it is to start from an indicator and go conduct hunting operations across your enterprise. So with that, we'll wrap and quick recap, right? So we went through few things. We went through how easy it is to go search for indicators and look at all the correlations across in your environment with ease. So look at last 30 days, show me all the indicators. What are the top indicators? What's their reputation? All of those pieces. And you can look at in either a table view or a summary view where you can see all the details about that particular incident. We also looked at creating custom indicator fields, and creating indicator types is extremely easy and intuitive. And these indicators then could be customized and correlated based on campaigns or any of the custom fields that are created. And the last piece we looked at is how different incidents are correlated using indicators. So when you have a certain indicator in an incident, those could be used for correlation, like a particular IP address or a particular URL. And the last piece we looked at was the fact that we can conduct hunting operations starting from an indicator repository, create a hunting incident, and run a full playbook for hunting operations across your environment. So Demisto Enterprise supports a full indicator repository, like a full threat intelligence platform would, and it combines it with automation, orchestration, and incident management to give you a complete picture of your SOC. Thank you.